Welcome to the deep dive. Ever think about how, athletic skill and really gripping drama just weave together, even in what might seem like maybe a quieter episode?
Yeah, a transition week, some might say.
Exactly, but packed with detail. Today, we're digging into exactly that with the WWE NXT episode from Tuesday, July 15th, 2025. That was live from the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando. And we've gathered insights from, a whole bunch of places, official WWE stuff, wrestling news sites, fan analysis, the works.
Pulled it all together.
Right. Our mission today is basically to unpack the key highlights, figure out where the big storylines are going, and get a feel for how the whole show was received.
So you don't just know what happened, but kind of why it matters in the bigger picture.
Precisely. It's often about the setup, isn't it?
It really is. And you see that right away when you look at one of the, frankly, most interesting things happening right now, this TNA and NXT crossover.
Oh, yeah, that's buzzing. And this episode, it kicked off with a bang, right in that interbrand space.
It really did. We had Jacy Jayne from Fatal Influence out first. She was trying to justify her, let's say, shaky Evolution title defense.
Didn't get very far, though.
Nope. Masha Slamovich interrupted pretty quick. And it wasn't just words, it led straight to a brawl.
Yeah, total chaos. Which then spilled into, what, a 6-woman tag?
That's right. Masha, Sulruka, and Zarya against Fatal Influence. And the key moment, Masha Slamovich hits the Northern Lights bomb on Jacy Jayne, gets the pin.
Huge win for her team. And for her specifically, pinning the champ.
Absolutely. And it's not just a random win, right?
Yeah.
This directly sets up a champion versus champion match. Masha versus Jacy at TNA Slammiversary.
So very deliberate booking there, building to something specific outside of just NXT.
Exactly. And it wasn't the only TNA involvement either.
Oh, yeah, the other big tag match.
Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, and Mike Santana taking on Dark State. That match got derailed, too.
By TNA's The System, right? Eddie Edwards, JDC, Brian Myers.
Yep, they ran in, caused the disqualification.
Which, again, seems less about just this match and more about
building Trick Williams' story. It feeds right into the build-up for his triple threat match, also at Slammiversary.
So this crossover, it feels pretty significant. What's the expert take? Why is this TNA NXT thing thriving, you think?
Well, look, it's smart, isn't it? It creates buzz. It brings in different eyes. For NXT, it leverages established TNA talent without needing main roster stars constantly dropping down.
Gives NXT a bit more prestige. Or maybe just variety.
Both, I'd say. Creates this kind of shared universe feel that's frankly pretty compelling. It benefits both brands, expands the storytelling possibilities, stuff you just couldn't do if they stayed totally separate.
Makes NXT feel like more than just developmental, right? Like a real partner brand.
Exactly. It signals that shift. Okay, so that's the crossover element, which was pretty prominent.
Yeah, definitely a big theme. But the episode also did a lot of work on its own internal stories, planting seeds for future title matches.
Oh, for sure. Take the family business triple threat. Tony D'Angelo, Stax, and Luca Crusifino.
Right, the Heritage Cup style match.
And Tony D was, well, dominant doesn't quite cover it. He speared Stax through a wall.
Through the actual wall? Seriously?
Yep. And then hit a spine buster on Crusifino for the win. So clearly he's making a statement in that Heritage Cup picture.
Definitely puts him front and center. But you also mentioned something about, cracks in the family.
Yeah, that's the other layer here. Winning is one thing, but the way he won, especially the whole Stax through the wall thing, it really highlights these family fissions in his group. Adds some drama beyond just the title chase.
Makes him a bit more complex than just the mob boss gimmick.
Exactly. It adds stakes. Makes his whole Heritage Cup pursuit feel more personal, maybe? Like he's trying to hold his empire together while climbing the ranks.
Interesting. Okay, so that's Tony D. What about the women's division beyond the TNA crossover stuff?
Well, things are definitely heating up there, too. We had Kali Armstrong versus Carmen Petrovich.
And that ended cleanly?
No, not quite. Jordynne Grace got involved. Direct interference.
Ah, okay. So that caused a DQ.
Yep. And it wasn't subtle. It clearly confirms Grace has this ongoing vendetta against Kali Armstrong.
Setting up a future match, presumably. Maybe for the North American title down the line.
Seems like they're planting that seed, absolutely.
Party.
It's all about building those future conflicts. Every action kind of pushes the story forward.
Right. And speaking of titles, the NXT Championship scene wasn't exactly quiet either, was it?
No, Oba Femi got into it with both Inamura and Briggs. Just a big brawl, showing that title picture is still pretty volatile.
Lots of challengers circling. And looking ahead, they also teased next week's big battle royal.
Promos specifically mentioned Lash legend and Jaida Parker, both eyeing that women's North American title shot.
So it really feels like every piece of this episode, even the shorter segments of the brawls, they all connect, you know? They're all building something, shaping contenders, deepening rivalries. It's not just random matches happening.
That's the craft of it, isn't it? And that connects directly to how the show is generally received. Most of the sources we looked at, the reviews, the recaps, they kind of landed in the same spot.
Which was?
Solid, solid transition episode. That phrase came up a lot.
Okay, so not necessarily blowing the doors off, but doing its job effectively.
Precisely. Praise for the storytelling, for setting up next week, maybe more than being a huge standalone event itself. One outlet gave it a B+ grade.
B+ grade? That's pretty good. Did they highlight any specific parts?
Yeah, generally the Masha Jayne stuff got good marks. And those, the more chaotic segments, the 6-woman tag, the triple threat, those were seen as definite highlights.
So good action, good story progression. But maybe not. Fireworks every single minute.
Right. And that leads to an interesting point about these kinds of episodes. Some fans might watch and think, well, nothing huge happened.
Yeah, where are the massive surprises or title changes?
Exactly. But these transition episodes, these B+ shows, they're honestly vital. In wrestling, which is serialized storytelling, you need these weeks. They build anticipation. They let stories breathe.
They lay the groundwork, like you said.
If every week was a massive pay-per-view level show, the big moments would lose their impact, wouldn't they? These episodes make you invest in the journey.
So the payoff feels bigger when it finally arrives.
Absolutely. It's like, you need the setup to appreciate the punchline. These episodes are the setup. They build the emotional weight, the context that makes the showstoppers actually stop the show. They might not grab the headlines, but they're the scaffolding holding the whole story up.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's wrap this up then. We've basically taken a close look at this July 15th NXT episode.
Yep. Cover the TNA NXT crossover heating up.
Right, the seeds planted for future title fights like with Tony D and in the women's division.
And how all these storylines are just, intensifying. Plus, how the show was seen as a really effective transitional piece.
A masterclass in patient storytelling, maybe.
Could put it that way, yeah.
So we've given you the rundown, the context, why it all matters. Now, here's something to think about.
Come on.
In this world where we all kind of want everything now, instant gratification, right? What really makes these transition episodes, the ones that focus on the long game, the careful build, so essential? And why are they often, in the end, so rewarding for the dedicated wrestling fan?
Good question to ponder.